Hey, we're live.
I'm so confused.
Oh, wait, I'm supposed to be burning my incense. Hold on a second.
Oh my
Doesn't say live on my. Oh, there we
Let's say
are.
live. We are live. Welcome to the show.
It's a hot start.
Oh my gosh. To answer Theron's question before we went live, I did watch NXT. It was not the spoiler that we had talked about. I think that's tonight.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, right.
Because I watched it specifically for that specific spoiler. And if you're not familiar, the Asuka spoiler, I won't re-spoil it, but I will just mention her name. That did not happen last week. So this week is a little bit different. But yeah, hey, real quick though, we have a jam-packed show as we always do. We're recovering from the hangover that was the biggest party of the summer, SummerSlam. In this episode, we're going to discuss AAA and Rosemary, which is like super hot news. We're also going to talk about the promo heard around the world. I don't know if you guys saw it with Roman Reigns and Cena. Zoe in 205, Bobby Roode in SmackDown, Lesnar versus Braun, and a title change in the Raw's women division. So that's kind of what we'll be chatting about here. Theron is getting his incense ready for the show.
Yes, I am. Because yes, you can. Right? You can?
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Power of willpower.
Apparently, the incense is burning my map right now.
I wish I had video. Make us see the live fire.
Yes. That's better. That produces the ambiance. That produces the ambiance. That produces the essence of what it is to be a podcast. Squire, write this down. I'm just joking.
Saying drink it in, man?
Yes.
Breathe it in,
indeed. Man? Drink it in. Now, what's up, dudes? I'm excited to continue on our wrestling quest and talk about all things wrestling for the next hour.
You sound really clear, Theron. Did you get a new mic?
Well, shout out to my boy Sean.
What's up, Sean?
What's up, Sean?
Check out judasbow.co if you need a video made or something.
Oh,
he's letting me borrow his mic, which I might turn into my own. Not his, but go and buy the same one. It's that Rode mic you told me to.
Oh yeah,
acquire.
dude, Raw Rode. That's the freaking mic that I'm trying to use. I'm using a Rode brand mic, but whatever, man. I'm not going to get into the anger that I have towards recording gear, but But hey, man. So Sean hooked it up. We'll give him a shout out on the show. What was his website?
JudasBow.co.
Judas Bow, like
Facebook,
like B-O or B-O-W?
B-O-W. It's something that has to do with the Bible. I don't have the exact explanation, but yeah, he does like wedding films and other short videos. Check him out, man. Check him out. Check out his website, judasbow.co. Go ahead.
JUDASBOW.com.
See, that's where you're wrong there, Sparky. It's,
See, dude, that's how I would have spelled it.
J-U-D-A-H.
Oh, Judabo. Oh, I think you said Judas, like Judas, like that single.
It is Judas Bow. Pluralized. I think we're confusing everyone. Our fans in China don't know where to go.
Everyone's going different directions, typing in different URLs that we speak.
Wait. Just Theron, spell the website for your buddy.
JUDAHSBOW.co. As in Sita. Yeah, check him out.
Sounds good.
Your buddy has a hard name to spell, so you know what that means.
I don't know what it means.
That means it goes on the list.
Oh my god! You know what happens?
You know what happens when you have a really hard name to spell in a website that's confusing?
And you confuse our Chinese fans.
Judas
Bow. You just made the list. Yeah, I like it.
Man,
I think we made our own list for botching that URL like several different ways, several different times.
We are the Shelton Benjamin of podcast right now.
Yeah, our mic skills are lack, but we're really athletic and explosive, so it's okay.
Yeah. Or we are the Roman Reigns of mics. I heard he botched his promo Monday, but it wasn't in the highlights. Go ahead.
Actually, that's something that we'll talk about. Let's talk about that real quick because I put it in our outline that Cena done killed Roman dead.
Oh,
that promo, oh my gosh, gave me goosebumps. I felt adrenaline. I felt excited. I felt, I think it was a Rolling Stone article. I could totally be wrong. I love that Rolling Stone, by the way, is doing more professional wrestling articles. But it says that, like, and I'm probably going to botch this word, but kayfabe or kayfab or whatever. I think it's kayfabe. It's like the death of kayfabe was that promo because it was like two dudes really just beefing at each other. I heard, however, that it was scripted, but still, for them to be able to like speak to each other that way, especially Cena to your point there and bury him and just destroy him. Yeah, because Reigns did botch his promo. He couldn't think. He was like stunned in his tracks, and then Cena said, it's okay. Gather your thoughts. You need to cut promos. It's what you do.
Why wasn't that part of the promo in the highlight video? I was waiting for that. Wasn't in the highlight version.
Weird.
That's weird. That's weird. Yeah, may they cut it out because it was such a botch by Roman that they had to like.
Are they still saving the baby face that is Roman Reigns?
I don't know why, man.
I think he is heel. I think he's absolutely heel because he just doesn't care. He just doesn't care about the fans. He never really addresses them. He never says the universe. He never like openly like accepts praise from the people.
He doesn't really pander to the fans, but like the kids still love him. Like kids still think he's cool, and like women still think he's cool. So he still has that like base, but like everyone else is kind of just love to boo him.
I believe it, man. But it was funny because Cena was like, "It's taken you 5.5 years to cut a decent promo."
Wow, that all happened in the same promo.
All in the same promo. It's like a 10-minute promo. You can find it online. I'm sure you can find it on Cage Side. There's some people that have it on Twitter and stuff.
He said that. Damn.
Yeah, dude.
He came for his mama.
Dude, it was nuts. Like I said, dude, you watch it and you're like, oh my gosh, like Cena is just ripping into him, dude, just opening him up. And it was I'm excited for the match. Absolutely, I'm excited for the match. It definitely built it up. How are you guys feeling about that match anyway?
I always liked it, man. I think it's a good passing of the torch. I mean, one guy with nuclear heat for the past guy who had nuclear heat and still has nuclear heat. So I think it's good, man. People are comparing that promo to like the CM Punk's pipe bomb. I don't know if it was that good, but I think maybe it was just like blurred the lines of reality and scripted, which is good. Even if it was scripted, if it makes people question it, then like job well done.
Yeah, you have to find it online. I know you got the condensed canned version of it, but if you get a chance, man, look it up.
I will. I'm excited for the match. I mean, like you said, like both of you said, or at least you said just now, Tommy. This gives us a chance to see, the passing of the torch now. Like obviously, first big baby face was Hulk Hogan. He'll go down as the baby face of all baby faces until he became a heel, which he was still cool. And then the next wave was Cena, and now Reigns is the. I don't think there is a heel or face thing anymore. I think Braun Strowman said that you don't really have heels and faces. You have people that intentionally are bad, like The Miz, but people still cheer him. So Reigns is like that guy. He's going to be the face of the company. Kids like him. So they got to pass the torch to somebody. And to this point, he's proven to have, I guess, maybe a good amount of durability. Something else that Cena shot on was, basically saying, Reigns, you still couldn't walk my boots. Like, even though I'm a part-timer, I'll still kick your ass. So I'm excited for it. I'll be more excited after I watch the full video, I think.
You bring something up. And what you said, Strowman said that there's like, at this point in time, like no good guys and no bad guys.
I think it was Strowman. It was okay. Strowman. It was on Cage Side.
But nonetheless, it does bring up an interesting point. Like, for example, when you said like The Miz is a bad guy, if you think about it, he kind of isn't. He's a WWE superstar who is just trying to be the best that he can be, and he is trying to like get in the spotlight and prove that he's the best and prove that he is awesome and prove all these things. And it's just his demeanor. So I think long gone are the days of like, I declare myself a villain. Like, I declare myself with a curly mustache and top hat and cape tying women to the railroad tracks. Like that's like long gone. Now it's like you either love or hate a guy based on his principles and based on his actions. You know, so like with Roman Reigns, for example, like, I don't like him because he doesn't address the fans. I think he's, Cena even said he's like protected, and he's just given all of these like crazy good opportunities, and he's just, I don't know, to me he's not that good, in my opinion, but I guess what I'm saying is it's kind of cool that it's transitioned to that, and it's kind of cool that these lines of like reality and scriptedness is being blurred, because that can be used to a strong advantage, especially if it's sports entertainment. You know what I mean? Like, that to me is cool. That's like a spectacle. That's a story.
So Tommy, let me ask you, is Roman Reigns the new American cheese pizza?
No, I think he's better than when John Cena had his run, because John Cena was just a callback to that, like Hulk Hogan, like just like cartoon character babyface where he just did everything right. And before he had that feud with The Rock, and like when he was just like, it's like kind of like half-assing it or just kind of like phoning it in. Like when we started when me, you, and Anthony started watching wrestling again, we all got back into it. That was like when I think Cena was kind of like in his downslope. He rose back up with that Rock feud. He rose back up with it when he got the U.S. title. He had the feud of Owens and AJ Styles. So he's had his ups and downs, but I think he's on an upswing right now, and I think Roman Reigns is better than that. I mean, he's already main evented 2 WrestleManias as his age is kind of crazy. He's only been in the WWE for like what you guys said, like 5 years. He's already main evented 2 WrestleManias. He's like likely to main event the next WrestleMania as well. That's wait, more than 2 WrestleManias. You main event against Lesnar, main event against Triple H, main event against The Undertaker. I mean, he's 3 WrestleManias in 5 years. It's insane. I can't think who else is going to do that. Who else is going to come up from NXT and start main eventing WrestleManias out of the gate like that? That's insane. So yeah, I think he's at a higher point than Cena's was when he was at his low point. So I don't think he's a new American cheese pizza. I think he's got more depth than that.
I agree with that. I want to jump in and say that I think at the time when we were really getting back into it or whatnot, a couple of years back, I felt like Cena and The Rock, that was like, we need to boost viewership. Like, we know that this guy is going to be a draw, so we're going to use Cena. So it's like that era was, Reigns and Cena are similar because they both have become oversaturated. But to your point, yes, Roman has much more depth than Reigns does. One thing I do want to jump into, because I know this is going to be an excellent feud, but keeping in the same mindset of blurring the lines and kind of breaking down this fourth wall, I do want to bring up the Sexy Star incident in the AAA Triple Mania, which happened because just real quick, and we could all just say something fairly quick about it. That Sexy Star intentionally hurt Rosemary, and like the entire universe of wrestlers came to Rosemary's aid, and Cody Rhodes especially was like, I would never allow her in a ring with me. Would never, I would not support that at all. And then you have like people like Joey Ryan saying stuff, how they all trust each other with their bodies, and how like if you break that trust, like you're not one of us. What do you guys think about that? Because that's a huge wall that's torn down.
Man, I saw the video and I saw like everyone going crazy about her. Like it was over the weekend. I think it was on a Friday or Saturday when everyone was just tweeting like Gail Kim, Joey Ryan, Cody Rhodes, just everyone like involved were like just condemning Sexy Star. And I just didn't, because I only have seen her like in season 1 and season 2 of Lucha Underground, and she was like portrayed as like the underdog, ultimate underdog, like babyface. And so I've only seen her that. I've never seen her like in an indie promotion. So that was like kind of shocking to see. I mean, that's like Natty Neidhart or Bailey doing something like that, like going to like ROH and like breaking someone's arm, or going to New Japan breaking someone like Bailey or Natty doing that. It's kind of insane. I don't picture like how she did that and how she did. Then I saw the video and I was like, wow, man, it's pretty intense. But I think everyone's not saying it's a work, but I think there's some work to it, man. Because if you really wanted to hurt someone like in an arm bar like that, she could have like snapped her arm. I don't know how like what's the extent of the injury, but it looks like she twerked it a little, but she could have like really hurt her right there. So I don't know. I haven't read up on it as much, but from the video I saw, I thought it could have been a lot worse. I was expecting a lot worse, judging by the reaction on Twitter.
Darren, what do you think? Have you seen the video? Have you seen the discussion online?
I have seen the incident called into question. I mean, from the reaction on the internet, I would say that, you know, I don't know much about Sexy Star besides what you said, Tommy. I know she was on Lucha Underground. I also know that she's one of the first ever women to be a heavyweight champion in the promotion, which still baffles my mind, but whatever. But I watched the video, and I'm sorry, but it didn't look like a work. If she really did, I don't know. But what was the extent of the injury? Let me ask that. Is it a hyperextension? Did she separate the shoulder? Do you guys know?
That's a good question.
Let's say she injured her, because she did. I mean, that's just foul. That's foul in wrestling. It does break down that wall of, the fact that it's fake. But I think in this day and age, unless you're a child, you probably know that wrestling is scripted. You just want to figure out how they're going to get to the finish of the drama. And that's not the way to do it. I don't know what her beef is with Rosemary. Not too sure. But clearly she had an agenda. When she cranked on her arm, Rosemary tapped out, and then she cranked on it even more. Like that, I don't see that as a work. I see that as an ill intent. In wrestling, people are supposed to protect each other, and she just didn't do that. If you had to be asked to leave the venue, then there's a problem. And I don't know what benefit that has to Rosemary. I don't know how often she's in AAA. I just know she's in I was going to cuss. I know she's in a horrible promotion. Yeah.
I got an update on her injuries from August 29th on Twitter. So it was yesterday, actually. Saying it's a strained tricep bicep with swelling around the area, and that her time away from the ring will be minimal. So
okay. Maybe it was a work then.
Yeah. Sexy Star says it's a work. Rosemary says not a work. So I'm just like, I don't know, man.
I would probably lean towards the person with the swollen tricep.
Interesting. Well, it's good that Rosemary is going to have a speedy recovery. That's definitely something that is that's good. That is good to hear. We do have to take a commercial break, so let's use this time right now to jump on in to MikeMonster.com, a sponsor of our show. MikeMonster.com. Check them out. Awesome apparel, awesome t-shirts, awesome designs. Get what you need at MikeMonster.com. And hey, score yourself an official Bros Before Elbows Pro Wrestling Podcast t-shirt. Use the promo code Bros Before the number 4 elbows, and you will get 20% off of your purchase. That is right, hot off the press, 20%. Oh my gosh, that is 5 more than 15. That is 10 more than 10. That is 15 more than 5. 20%, baby. 20%. MikeMonster.com. Go ahead and get your apparel. And of course, follow Mike Monster on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram for all the latest designs. Coming at you quick. Jumping back into the show. Welcome back to the Bros Before Elbows Pro Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Anthony, with my hosts, Theron and Tommy. We are back in it talking about some Sexy Star action. I am actually looking at Joey Ryan's page right now, and he said something interesting. I didn't put it on the outline, but PW Insider, Pro Wrestling Insider, did a top, 500.
Damn, I was literally clicking on this while everyone was talking about looking at the top 10 and looking at the 500 because they just released it I think today. And they do it every year.
What?
The 500 best wrestlers of the year from July 1st, 2016 to June 30th, 2017.
And
And it's Okada is number 1. Number
That's
2,
the dude that fought Kenny Omega like twice.
he's
Yeah,
still,
he's-
I believe he's still the champ, right?
Yeah, he's the first Japanese wrestler to ever be number 1 in the top 500. They've been doing it since 1991. It looks like.
And
Okay. Any other notable people on this list?
AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, The
Roman Reigns.
Miz actually is number 10.
I support that.
But
He's underrated.
what I'm looking at, though, is Joey Ryan had a really spectacular tweet about Cody Rhodes, saying that Cody Rhodes in a calendar year has been at a WrestleMania, a Wrestle Kingdom, what is like the big ROH one? I think War of the Worlds?
War of the Worlds.
No, Final Battle.
Final Battle, that's it. A Final Battle
And a Bound for Glory.
And a Bound for Glory. All in a calendar year, man. That is...
Yo, he did BFG.
We're not going to see that in a lifetime, dude. That's it. Cody Rhodes has done it.
The American Nightmare lives on forever.
Where did he end up on the list, though? I can't find where he ended up on.
Probably 500.
But a funny thing about Cody Rhodes, so I decided to, Liz was out doing something with her girlfriend, so I usually use that time to play video games and rot my brain. And I picked up my copy of 2K15 WWE. And I was like,
throwback, man.
Total throwback. And guess who I played? I could have played as any character. I could have been Brock Lesnar, Undertaker, John Cena, Roman Reigns. But guess who I picked?
Cody Rhodes.
Dang right, dude. It was sick. I was like, dang, I look at this guy like so much differently now and in such a positive light. Like, damn, Cody Rhodes. Dude, shout out to you, man. Mega cheers from the bros. If you ever listen to this show and this specific episode, know that we are huge Cody Rhodes fans, man. We are big fans.
Are you surprised that the son of a plumber produced Cody Rhodes? I mean, it's in the genes, man. You're probably talking about the son of one of the greatest promos ever in the history of wrestling. And I'm not talking about Sweet Sapphire Daddy. I'm talking about the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes himself. So are you surprised, rest in peace to the American Dream, that the American Nightmare is having so much success outside of the walls of WWE, which, let's be honest, WWE and Dusty Rhodes haven't always seen eye to eye. I mean, they made the man wear polka dots in his prime. So it's a kudos to Cody Rhodes that he's on top right now. He deserves it, you know, and he was underutilized in WWE and forced to go through a lot of different characters that just didn't work. But now he's on the indie circuit and he's doing big things. And he's in one of the most sweet factions that has ever walked the grace of the earth in wrestling.
Too sweet.
Shouldn't be surprised.
Very good. Speaking of the Pro Wrestling Illustrated top 500, looking for the top 500 from 2016, Cody Rhodes checked in at 111 last year. Not the one that just released yesterday. The one from last year. He ranked 111th behind such names as Zack Ryder, Jey Uso, Big Show, Rockstar Spud, Frank.
I'm
Kazarian.
sorry. Stop.
That was
right there.
No, that was.
Did you say Rockstar Spud?
That was when he was Stardust. Yes, this was from 2016.
Did you say Zack freaking Ryder?
Yeah, I'm saying that's how far Cody Rhodes has come. He was so underused in the WWE. He was 100.
Slap in the freaking face.
But I don't know what he is in this year. He's got to be in like the top. Got to be in the top 20. I can't find a complete list yet.
Rockstar freaking Spud. What the fuck?
Oh my gosh. No, but seriously, make a shout out to the American Nightmare, dude. Good for you, Cody Rhodes. And you had some great moves in in 2K15, by the way. I was very pleasantly surprised.
Was he Stardust or was he Cody Rhodes though?
He was Cody Rhodes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, man, they totally underutilized him, man. I think here's the moment they missed is when Cody Rhodes and Goldust beat the Shield for the tag team titles, and then Dusty Rhodes ringside. That was like their moment where they could have cashed in on Cody Rhodes, but they botched it.
Was he Stardust though?
No, he was Cody Rhodes. He was Cody Rhodes then. It's Cody Rhodes and Goldust, just the Rhodes brothers. Yeah, that was a really good match. It was at Hell in the Cell.
I remember. I watched it.
was the first time the Shield got pinned, I think, in the WWE.
It was.
Oh snap! That's crazy. I don't remember that. That's
I was like, what? Did you just find something else?
Yeah, they found something else.
No. That's just that's awesome.
Yeah, definitely go back and watch that from. It probably was from 2015 or 2014.
Well, let's try to stay on. Let's try to stay on track here with our outline. Real quick, Enzo can't seem to leave our outline.
That's what I was thinking, man. When I saw him in the opening, I was like,
Zoe is on 205, man, and apparently I haven't seen the match. I apologize to those wrestling fans out there that expect us to watch all things wrestling as we should. So shame on us. But Zoe is in 205, and apparently he might be doing pretty good. And his beef with the king of the cruiserweights,
oh gosh,
might actually be pretty sweet. Ooh, excuse me. Woo.
That's
Tommy, how do you feel about that?
That's what I just think of Enzo's career, what Anthony just did into the microphone. But yeah, man, I you know what? Like I was watching YouTube and I had to pick. I was gonna watch the top 10 from Raw, and I was gonna pick like 3 other videos to watch just as their own standalone videos to show prep. And I was drawn to Sasha Banks versus Alexa Bliss. I was drawn to Roman Reigns versus Cena, and then for my third video, you know what? I picked Enzo. I don't know why. I just wanted to see. I was curious, like looking at a car crash, looking at like some kind of like cluster F that you're walking by or seeing someone crazy in Walmart. You just have to look. And I clicked on that video, and yeah, man, he's doing pretty good in 205. He got a good promo, and the crowd's still behind him. And it's good to see the crowd get into a 205 match because usually they're just sitting on their hands no matter what the hell those luchadors are doing.
That's funny. Yeah, man. I mean, Enzo, for all the heat he's taken in the last month or so, he's still what's that word? He's still important to the roster. He's still over with the fans, and now is he officially a cruiserweight or is he a crossweight? Does he wait wherever he wants?
I think he's 205, man, for life.
Okay. Well, does that mean he's the cruiserweight champ, or do they keep the belt on Neville because, you know, he's Neville, the king of the cruiserweights?
Man, I hope they don't. I don't know. I mean, he's already the biggest star of the cruiserweights. So,
who, Neville or Enzo Amore?
Enzo Amore. I think he's bigger than Neville.
You're right.
Merch gets more pop. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I think only time will tell. I need to watch the match, but I keep hearing good things. So I'm interested to kind of see where that goes. Moving on. Bobby Roode is in SmackDown. Bobby Roode has made the transition to the blue brand. How do we feel, Darren?
It's funny. We totally missed that last week.
We didn't talk about Bobby Roode last week.
Our show was last week, man. That's how fast 60 minutes flew by. I didn't realize that until after we did the hangout. I was like, Bobby Roode.
I mean, we feel that it's glorious. I mean, SmackDown Live gets a fresh face, a face that may have had one of the better runs in NXT. Pretty much had a good calendar year in NXT as far as, and I think he was in the main event picture from almost the time he got there. You know, no matter if you think his matches are boring or you're entertained by them, you know, he loses clean to McIntyre, and he moves on to the blue brand, which is the land of opportunity. And I'll go ahead and say this right now. He's a future title holder. And I think that we're talking like WWE Championship title holder, because I feel as though he's better than Jinder Mahal. So however they get to that, I'm saying by the end of 2018, Bobby Roode is your SmackDown Live WWE Heavyweight Champion. So I'm excited.
All right.
And that he might be as a face at first. I'm not sure how they're pushing him. Like right now, I think he's over. Again, we don't have faces and heels, but I think they're trying to go in the good guy direction.
I could see that. I watched him yesterday or last night, or on SmackDown, and a lot of the things he was doing, he was really just trying to get the crowd to pop. He was really trying to get the crowd behind him.
Who did he wrestle?
He wrestled
Kanellis,
yeah, Mike Kanellis.
Kanellis. Well, then yeah, they're pushing him as a good guy.
Yeah, which I can get behind that. I think that's cool.
It's interesting though. Like, what does that say about WWE? They just, this guy's been a heel for the most part in NXT for however long he's been there, and then they just bring him up and just completely change his character arc. Like, oh yeah, I know you've been a bad guy for the last year and you're really good at it, but we just want to make you a face. Like, do you think he's a better face or heel?
I'll just say this real quick. Even when I watched the brand that won't be mentioned, he was primarily a heel. So it'll be interesting to see how he develops. Tommy?
That's better. Beer Money was really good faces, but I think he's a better heel, man. But I think he'd be a good baby face just because he's just so damn cool. He's got the damn entrance, he's got the robe, he comes out with like a suit and sunglasses. I mean, that's kind of like, oh, that's like kind of a dude I want to go hit up the bars with, man. See what kind of crazy crap you get into. So I think he do both ways. It kind of shows his versatility. He's still not my most exciting dude in the ring because his pace and his moveset is not my cup of tea, but his character and his entrance is just too good, and him on the mic is good too. So I'm excited he's on SmackDown.
He's a great technical wrestler.
Who's that? Who the hell said that? Neville?
I don't know.
Okay.
The king of the cruiserweight.
You gotta love saying that.
Could Bobby Roode make 205? Could he make 205 pounds?
I don't know.
Got some muscle.
Heavy he is or is not. So we're excited
really
for Bobby
short.
Roode, man. Does he surpass the perfect 10 Ty Dillinger right out of the gate?
Yep. Already there.
Dude, he eclipses him. He throws shade on Dillinger. Dillinger's great. Don't get me wrong, but he ain't no Bobby Roode.
Dillinger actually had a good SmackDown. He challenged AJ Styles for the U.S. title. They're bringing back the Open Challenge.
That's awesome.
You mean he challenged him that
AJ
night?
Styles.
So they had a match yesterday?
Yeah, they did. Baron Corbin ran out and beat the hell out of Ty Dillinger before the match started.
Okay.
Corbin's doing. He's an idiot.
Yeah, he's trying to beef with AJ Styles. He's like, if I can't get the WWE Championship, then I'm going to get the U.S. title.
So Baron Corbin is like the town fool.
Pretty much. I think so. Yeah, the crowd cheered so much when he got flying elbowed and like fell out of the ring, and AJ he walked away to end the segment or whatever. Yeah, the crowd likes him getting beat up because he's an idiot. I don't know.
What do you think about the rumor? And I don't know if you read it because you probably don't read rumors, but Anthony, I think you might. They said that a possible reason why Baron Corbin was, they just went in a different direction because he was supposedly going to get a monster push was that your boy American Cheese Pizza #1, John Cena, just felt like he wasn't ready. Does John Cena have that kind of a stroke where he can just be like, nah, don't push that guy, Vince? That'd be crazy.
Probably. He's probably got really good.
Stroke, yeah.
He's probably got really good intuition, and sprinkling in Vince's ear, like, if you do invest in this guy, know that probably gonna be a little shaky. Like, there's no such thing as a sure thing, but I would hold off. I would hold off, and I agree with that. I don't know if I could have seen Corbin in the title picture.
And also to add to that rumor is that Bobby Roode they put him on SmackDown to kind of take the place of that push. So instead of Corbin, insert Bobby Roode, and you have what you have now. But go ahead, Tommy.
I was going to say, it goes back to this argument. Like, yeah, I don't think Corbin's ready. He didn't do that much in NXT. He didn't win that many feuds in NXT. He's a good, like, mid-card heel. So he probably wasn't ready for a, like, big, like, world title push. But then again, example A, example C, Jinder freaking Mahal is the freaking champion. And he had no momentum. He got his ass kicked weekly on Raw, moves over to SmackDown, and immediately wins the title. So, like, until they fix that logic, like, anyone could be, Ty Dillinger could be champion tomorrow. because that Jinder Mahal logic still doesn't make sense. He had no build, he had no momentum going into that, and he somehow won the title. Just didn't make no sense storyline wise.
Touche.
Interesting.
Good point.
Anyone wants to argue for the Maharaja?
I don't. Okay, the minute that
I think this gender train is slowing down.
It slowed all the way down, and it got worse on Tuesday because I haven't seen much, but I saw that they did a segment where the Singh brothers basically were groveling at the feet of their king. Let's just call him their king, and they were gonna kiss his feet, and I was just like, all right, I'm done. This is now beyond anything that I would want to see. This is like a 1985 WCW Saturday night. That's where I feel like this booking comes from. And then Shinsuke Nakamura comes out and gets his arse kicked, basically. And I'm just like, okay. I'm bored with the main event scene right now. I really am. And then to make it worse, the other two people involved in this feud are Randy Orton and Rusev. And I'm just like, I don't understand this. This is so stupid. Like, yeah, you're right. It all equals Baron Corbin as champion, I guess. I don't know.
You heard it here, folks. The line is drawn at foot kissing.
Yeah,
no foot kissing.
That stupid idea. The Road Dogg?
Oh my gosh. I will say that. I will say that yes, I am growing a little tired of Mahal having the title. Kind of over it. I'm over it now, and I would like to see the belt change hands. I would like to see the strap on somebody else, preferably Bobby Roode, preferably AJ Styles again, or Nakamura. Man, I'll take Nakamura. I'll take Nakamura. I'll take Owens. I'll take Roode. I'll take Styles. You know what I mean? Like any of those cats, I'd be cool.
Would you take Dolph Ziggler?
I'm curious to see. You know, hang on, real quick. Before we jump into Ziggler, I'm gonna do a quick little commercial here. Hey, you're listening to the Bros Before Elbows Pro Wrestling Podcast. We banter all the time on Twitter. You got to follow us. Like our Facebook page. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on Tumblr. Check us out all over the internet. Subscribe. Elbow drop the subscribe button on iTunes. Elbow drop and leg drop and chair shot that subscribe button on Podbean. Share the show with a friend. Absolutely, this is super fun. Same thing for YouTube. All of our shows go on YouTube, and especially as a bonus, special bonus for all of our subscribers that subscribe on YouTube is you will get a link to the live taping that is happening right now, live time at 9:06 p.m. on the West Coast here. For Theron, it's probably like 4 in the morning, but nonetheless, if you hit that subscribe button, hey, you'll get it when we're chatting. So nonetheless, back to the show. Thanks for listening. Check us out on iTunes, YouTube, Podbean, all the social media spots.
That Theron was on a London time, basically. Our London fans. Do we have fans in London?
We do. And a huge shout out to our UK fans, a huge shout out to our Australian fans, a huge shout out to our New Zealand fans, a huge shout out to our Vietnam fans, a huge shout out to our Chinese fans, Japanese fans, Cambodian fans. Actually, I don't know if we have a Cambodian fan, but if we do, shout out to you. We still want to hear from you. Send us an email, brosbeforeelbows, that's the number 4 @gmail.com, or tweet us or comment on our Facebook page or anything. We would just love to hear from you. I check the stats quite often, and it's very interesting that we have international fans, so I can't thank you enough. And I'm always curious as to what your opinion is on, what the topics that we talk about on the show. Moving on here, repackaging Ziggy. The question was, can we see Ziggler with the WWE belt? To Tommy's point, Jinder Mahal is your current champion. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. How do you rebrand him? Do you cut his hair? Do you make him go bald? Do you put a mask on him? Do you put face paint on him? What do? You got to change his music. You got to change his ring attire. Do you give him a mouthpiece? Do you give him A manager, do you make him stop talking? What do you do? I don't know. But I would like to see something different.
I think he's a better heel than face. Even though I like seeing him as face because he's kind of like also in that Bobby Roode, like wearing a suit, looking cool, kind of that kind of face. But I think he's a better heel. How about put him in a tag team with like someone everyone really likes, and then have Ziggler turn on him like in a couple months, and just like brutally like chair shot him and give him a super kick through a barbershop window, for example. Yeah, something like that I think would be good. That kind of kick him in the butt. I'm trying to think who he could pair with, but yeah, something like that could be good. He hasn't been in a tag team for a while. Maybe have him chase the belts, have him feud with the New Day. I mean, he's such a talented wrestler, and he's got such experience. He's got amateur wrestling background too as well, so he's a good athlete. So many pluses with that, man. But if not, if you can't do anything with him, just cut him and have him go join the Elite with Cody Rhodes.
I've got the perfect idea for a tag team partner.
Nice.
He faces the New Day. This is the team. They go back and forth. He has a mystery partner set for, like, I don't know, Hell in a Cell. And New Day comes out, and they're like, that's just it. Like, he doesn't have, like, no one shows up for, like, let's say the first 5 minutes of the segment or match. And then all of a sudden the lights, well, I guess the lights don't have to go out. Everything just goes quiet, and then it's like,
Damn it. You freaking had me. I really thought you were going to come up with someone else.
CM Punk returns to WWE. And
that's Dolph Ziggler. I would suggest a stupid idea, but that
I got you guys.
I was gonna say that
he did got me, man.
I was gonna say that he pairs up with Bobby Roode and they form Booze Money.
Yeah, Booze Money instead of beer money.
or booze allowance.
Beer allowance. Oh my gosh. I feel like that would kill their characters though. Like
you said you couldn't come up with dumber than Theron just did, and you somehow did. you lowered the bar.
You gotta put CM Punk in the show every show until we see this man wrestle again. Come home, Phil Brooks. You know you want to.
Seriously, man.
Mickey Gall lurks in UFC. Don't go back.
That's too soon, man. That's harsh.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh no.
Johnny Bananas lurks in the reality TV realm.
Johnny Bananas lurks in the reality realm.
He just got he's got bullies everywhere, man.
Oh, CM Punk. Just join Bullet Club. Make the world happy. Make the world a better place. You will be the catalyst of world peace by joining Bullet Club. That's all you have to do. It's all
make the world a better place. Punch Adam Cole in the face.
Oh, I can't wait to see Adam Cole wrestle. Adam Cole, baby. Adam
Does
Cole,
he say that
baby,
himself, that baby thing?
Yeah, of course, dude. It says Adam Cole, baby.
So that's actually that's like a real thing that he does.
That is he says Adam Cole, baby.
Oh my god.
Because he's Adam Cole, baby. Do whatever he wants.
Okay.
That man's the real king of the cruiserweights.
Has he been on NXT since he debuted on NXT with Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish?
Not yet. Maybe tonight. And I'm just talking out my butt. I have not seen any commercials, promos, or anything for tonight's episode, so I do not know.
Cool. What's next on the outline? Is it Asuka?
Don't think we have time.
We're well. I mean, we can stray away from the outline. The outline next would be Brock Lesnar versus Braun, and then Sasha can't hold down the title. So we could briefly talk about those things, and then go into Asuka being the greatest human being on the planet.
1, 2, 3, go!
How much time do we have?
We have 40. We're at 45 minutes, so we have about 15 minutes.
That's
5 minutes each.
Relax.
All the time in the world.
Yeah. So what was next?
Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman. How we feeling about that? Is that cool? Is that cool, guys?
I think the match will be cooler than the promos we've been getting.
No.
Yeah, man. The match. Too much Paul Heyman hyping up. I mean, he's hyping up Braun Strowman as a real monster.
No,
That's what he's
it's
trying to
not.
go.
I don't know, man. I watched the promo from Raw, and
Mhm.
I don't know. It didn't
Yeah.
excite me. I just know what I'm gonna get because I saw what happened at SummerSlam. But the promo, we don't need the promos. We don't need to see Braun Strowman in the ring for the next 4 weeks. We don't need to see Brock Lesnar. I think he shouldn't promote anything for the next 4 weeks. He said what he had to say. Heyman's running his mouth, and then Lesnar takes the mic and is like, "Suplex City, bitch." So that's it.
Yeah, I think it's just too soon, man. I mean, I guess. Well, I guess he's kind of acting like a full time wrestler, so he's got to get in a feud for the next pay per view. But yeah, I don't know. Not feeling it yet. I think they got time. They got what 2 or 3 weeks before
I mean, it's not till the end of
No
September.
Mercy.
It's
Okay,
not.
so it's not September yet. So
It's
3
like
weeks at
September
least.
24th.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is Braun? Is Braun? That spice up this feud.
That would make it great.
Yeah, make the feud great again. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. It's cool. It's two big dudes. I just want to see two big dudes beat the crap out of each other. I feel like maybe they being WWE popped the champagne a little early with Braun just totally destroying Brock Lesnar, putting him through 2 tables and dumping a table on him, because that just shows that like Braun really does not give an F about F5 and doesn't really care about Brock Lesnar and can ultimately destroy him. So then the question becomes like the smarky question of, okay, well, let's say Braun does beat Lesnar. Is it going to be Braun versus Roman for WrestleMania? Probably not, because that wouldn't build up the only 2 guys to defeat the Undertaker beating each other up at WrestleMania. So to me, it's kind of like, I just want to see 2 dudes beat each other up, but I'm not expecting Braun to win.
Not at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, not a No Mercy. It's kind of like a foregone conclusion. I think the only mystery is how crazy they're gonna do is like Braun Strowman gonna lift up the ring and drop it on Lesnar. He's gonna like throw a fan at Lesnar. Like how can they spice it up?
A fan, like a real person.
It could be like a local independent wrestler posing as a fan, but yeah, it'd be still be damn funny.
I was thinking, what if he picks up a chair with Michael Cole in it and then throws that at Brock Lesnar?
That'd be awesome. That would be awesome.
That'd be great.
Not because I hate Michael Cole, just the idea of Strowman using human projectiles and the human projectile being Michael Cole. Like, that would be like Strowman's big Michael Cole thing, because, you know, Lesnar did the F5. Was it the F5 where he lost the shoe? Like,
that was glorious.
It was the greatest moment in WWE history, possibly in the decade.
Exactly. So Strowman has to top that. So he has to throw Michael Cole as a weapon at Brock Lesnar.
That'd be so good.
Makes sense, yeah.
Moving forward, Sasha just can't hold down the title. Right?
That makes no sense. She lost clean too, which was like kind of shocking. Like no shenanigans, just like a straight just DDT done.
I did not see the match. So was it at least like a good back and forth, or was it
it was really good, yeah. I thought it was really good. It was a really good. I think it was the main event of Raw.
Twas,
yeah. They have good chemistry. I think Sasha Banks gets the best of Alexa Bliss, and Alexa Bliss is still like kind of green. She's still kind of like not all that experienced. No, that's not her strong suit. Her strong suit is her character and her mic skills. But when she gets in the ring with Sasha Banks, they have really good chemistry. So I was impressed with that fact, but I was really surprised that Alexa Bliss won, considering she's the heel. Like
so I do have a question. So Alexa Bliss is now a 2-time Raw Women's Champ. Was she also a 2-time SmackDown Women's Champ?
Absolutely.
So she holds the same amount of titles per se as Sasha.
Absolutely.
Wow.
To point though, good match, clean victory for Bliss, which I guess just maybe puts her over as one of the better women in the entire roster, even though she's green. But did we see a a turn, or is she going to continue as a heel? Because after she won, Nia Jax comes out, squashes Sasha, puts Bliss up on her shoulder, and does like a Batista dad, like screw your pooch, Randy Orton drop. Didn't really get a conclusion to that, or does it just mean heel versus heel? This can also be part of the production of Total Divas season 155. Like I don't know where they're going with that. So, but yeah, man, Sasha Banks just has not successfully defended that title once. She loses it every time.
Ouch.
It's kind of weird, yeah, man. She always wins like a dramatic fashion. I mean, SummerSlam was not dramatic, but she usually does win in like awesome fashion. But I mean, it loses
crazy.
It, yeah.
And to think that she was at one point. I don't know how long was she NXT Women's Champ. Was she NXT Women's Champ for a while?
Yeah, but they weren't doing it that like Asuka or Bayley levels of.
I know they weren't doing it that way, but she was the face of the women's division, dominant down there, and she comes up to Raw, and she was the face of the Raw women's division for a while, part of that revolution. But it's just weird to see that she's lost that title so many times. Like I don't know what they're doing with that. I don't understand it, because when she was in NXT, she was a heel, and she couldn't be beat for a while till Bayley took the belt off of her. So I'm just trying to understand their thought process. But I think their thought process only points to one thing: the land of the rising sun and the Empress of Tomorrow.
Yes. 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 I can't wait for Asuka to come into Raw and just dominate and then hold the belt for 1,000 days.
Reports are that's what reports are, is that she could show up in October at like whatever she shows up at, and they could also push her to be World Women's Champion immediately, and she would continue on a similar streak to NXT. Is that what you want to see from the Empress of Tomorrow?
Yes.
Tommy?
I think that's the way you have to book her, man. You can't you can't change her around.
She has to destroy Nia Jax.
Everybody.
Everybody. But Nia Jax is like, she's humongous. So she has to like destroy her. Literally.
Yeah, once you conquer that, I mean.
Yeah, she can start with all the small people. Mickey James first, for example.
Come on.
Sorry, Mickey James. I mean, you came back to be enhancement talent. That's what you are. You enhance. Then she can move on to like Summer Rae comes back and just gets destroyed, and then Dana Brooke, and then
destroyed.
Yes, destroyed, and then Emma destroyed, and then who else is in Raw? Name a person. Give me anybody.
Emma.
Emma destroyed. I already said that name. Give me someone else.
Evil Emma.
Yes, Evil Emma destroyed. Alicia Fox destroyed.
Emily.
James Ellsworth gets kicked off of Team Carmella, back to Raw, destroyed.
They said Emelina.
Freaking destroyed.
I don't think
returning. What's that chick's name? The one that hooked up with everyone. Kelly destroyed.
What?
Maria Kanellis Bennett destroyed.
Okay.
Anybody that comes up from NXT destroyed. All of them.
You forget about Bayley.
Brock Lesnar
destroyed. Both at the same time, no matter.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I think here's what you do to book Asuka. She's waiting in the ring like for her debut, and the lights go out, and then you hear
destroyed, man.
Destroy CM Punk in his day. He comes back just to get destroyed. I mean, okay.
Yep.
I like it. Well then.
Kenny Omega shows up and just jobs hard.
Why are we
the entire Bullet Club from every part of the continent comes into a gauntlet match against Asuka, and she single-handedly destroys them, and then joins Bullet Club because why not?
Ooh.
You get a too sweet in the middle of the ring, and the Gallo, Anderson, Balor, all the new members of the Bullet Club, Adam Cole, everybody.
AJ Styles crosses over to
AJ Styles
Raw,
crosses
yeah.
over.
The Young Bucks show up.
The Young Bucks show up. Super kick body.
Crazy. All right, we have 5 minutes left. What were we trying to pack in to the?
We just did it. We just talked about Asuka.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, we can talk about this for another like 4 minutes.
What about the club? Do you think they'll reunite it?
Yes.
They had like a spot where new bald-headed Lord Varys-looking Big Show, who shaved his beard for some reason. I don't know why.
Hey, what the hell is up with that? Why do you do that?
I don't know.
What's wrong with him? Does he want to be booed?
I don't know.
Idiot.
Was eliminated by, correct me if I'm not mistaken, but the original members of the Bullet Club.
Yep, the Good Brothers Good Brothers, and then Finn Balor came and helped the Good Brothers.
Yeah, and we were waiting for a Too Sweet, and I think someone on the mic, not going to say any names, Corey Graves, was like, it'd be so cool to see a Too Sweet right now, but I don't know. I could have been thinking that, but I think that was said. All in all,
do it.
Yeah, do it. I mean Finn Balor's got to get rid of Bray Wyatt somehow, right? So why not reunite the club to do it?
Do it. Bring Gallows and Anderson to the level that they need to be.
Yeah, why are they so why are they in 20-man battle royals? Like, they're a tag team.
Didn't make any sense for the IC title.
And then why is Jeff Hardy getting an IC title match? He's in a tag team.
So it caused Matt Hardy to go crazy and delete things.
Could this be the start of Broken Brilliance?
Woken Brilliance, sir.
Yeah.
Is that what they're going with?
Actually, rumor has it that yes, they will be woken.
The Woken Hardys. I hope they do that just to screw with
That's the rumor. So why haven't they done it yet? I mean, because that's not going to be a copyright infringement or a void of Jeff Jarrett's stupid contract, right?
I think they're still waiting to figure out exactly what's happening with the brand that will not be mentioned on our show.
I only mentioned
slow playing it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I have a feeling that there have been tweets, there have been things floating around about being woke. Get woke, son. Get woke.
So is that your premonition then?
My premonition. Yeah. The crowd was yelling "Brother Nero" the other day. Brother Nero.
That's so great, dude. I mean, that's got to hurt that other promotion.
The promotion that won't be mentioned with the stupid champion that can't keep a title because he can't not get beat up by his super ex-girlfriend.
You talking about Del Rio? Is he still a part of that company?
I don't know. I think so. I just think he's no longer their champion. I wonder what's up with Paige. Like, where are you, Paige?
She's injured. Still somehow.
Been injured for like a year though.
When in doubt, just call the personality.
She's supposed to be coming back soon. What's up with that?
Bueller.
Tell me this: will she be on Total Divas next season?
I doubt it, man. They don't want to show anything Alberto El Patron on it.
Okay. Will she be back in WWE before the end of the year?
They say it's going to be. I just think it's going to be weird.
It is. It got weird, didn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. I'd feel pretty awkward if she was there. It's just been so. I mean, what do you do with her? What do you do with her? We have 30 seconds left. All right. How do you book Paige? 30 seconds go. Darren, how do you book her? She comes back.
I don't know, man. I don't know. She could be what AJ Lee was to CM Punk. She could be like a crazy goth chick who just licks people's faces, and she's enhancement talent. That's her punishment.
All right, Tom.
Why would she want to come back to be enhancement talent or a crazy AJ Lee ripoff?
She doesn't know she's enhancement talent. She's young and impressionable.
Okay, this is getting weird. It's getting creepy.
I'm going to expose her to all the lords of the mail.
I don't know. That sounds like a Game of Thrones reference. I'm still on season 1, episode 1.
Bro.
I know. It's so sad.
Bro!
bro.
The battle of the bastards, bro. That's
They're
all.
not cool, bro.
All right.
Oh man.
All I'm saying is you just got to expose her to things she hasn't seen yet. And I feel as though the Lord is of the veil. There's something she hasn't seen yet. So if you pull the wool over her eyes and then you kill the sheep, she'll never know what's coming. I don't know.
I think you're talking about Bray Wyatt, Bray Wyatt and Neville having a feud. I don't know. That's all I got out of
Perhaps
that.
she comes back as Sister Abigail. Yes.
Not the worst.
This show is over.
Because I'm the king of the cruiserweights.
Just jumping the shark.
Oh my god.
That's an elbow dropping the shark.
Oh, the title of this show is the worst pitched ideas episode.
I think so.
Oh man. All right. Thanks for listening to the Bros with Four Elbows Pro Wrestling Podcast. Subscribe on iTunes and Podbean. Check us out. And of course on YouTube. Subscribe. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check us out on Tumblr, and follow us on Instagram. Thank you for listening. International fans, you rock. Domestic fans, you rock. Elbow drop your friends and share the show.
Mike Monster.
Because I'm the king of the cruiserweights.